I always feel like frozen during that countdown, like wait for it, and then it always presents itself when you aren't ready. But do things messy, do things even though you feel unprepared. Or I was actually just chatting with my daughter about this beginning of the week, and she was saying, I wish I wasn't so fearful. I wish I could share videos like you do, right? Because she's really into makeup and hair, and she could really benefit from that, help some people if she was willing to share. And I was explaining to her that fear doesn't ever go away. We just kind of push through it. We remind ourselves it's an illusion, right? A mind-made concept. I'm actually reading this book, The Power of Positive Thinking, right now. I suggest this for everyone. Little side note. I just started reading it probably like 4 days ago, and this is one of those I'm probably going to finish in like a week. It's been on my shelf for several years, but we're always guided to the next best tools, books, messages, whatever, right? Everything is presenting guidance, a message to us. I'm going to share a bit about what's been coming through for me, what I've been receiving, experiencing, a few tidbits I have learned this week that I hope will be helpful for you. And then we will tap into the cards and see what more Spirit wants us to know. And I am going to channel a message here for our Patreon community, our private soul tribe here after this. But I wanted to pop on and say hello to my beautiful YouTube family and get a check-in and see what's up for the energy for us here. Glitter here. Everywhere you go, bring your own glitter, be your own sunshine. Everywhere you go, be the soul of the room. Bring your own razzle and dazzle when your attire, when your clothing inspires the message. But honestly, this shirt I haven't worn in years and years, as you can tell by the hanger mark here. But bring things out in the open, right? Maybe old items of clothing you haven't worn in forever, pull it out and maybe start to wear it again, and or purge, right? I've been getting rid of some things. The rule I am going by is if I haven't used it within a year, it's really not necessary, right? And making space, we have to get rid of some things to make space. And abundance, right? Like nothing belongs to any of us. It's all just passing through from me to you, and so on, the ripple effect. We come with nothing and we leave with nothing. We can't take any of this with us anyway. So yes, if you see me looking at my notes here, just so I can remember the few things I wanted to speak on, but take nothing personally, first and foremost, and remember that everyone is going through their own experience, understanding. Oh, I can't remember if I said now, the link for that Patreon community, our private soul tribe, is in the description box and the pinned comments below if you would like to join us. If something here resonates for you, I share more frequent, deeper, longer messages in Patreon, almost daily updates as well. There's other things in addition to channeled messages. I've been sharing in there for about 2.5 years, and when you join, you get access to all of the content. If you would like a personal message, some personal guidance, drop a comment below and I will reach out. But yes, on taking nothing personally, right? We are all going through our own experiences. Just be kind. You have no idea what anyone else is going through. And I won't say always, but typically most of the time, because there is no 100% guarantee, right? Like we live in a dualistic universe and each situation is unique. And so we can't say across the board, this is how it is always and forevermore. In fact, when we do that, that is when we create these rigid structures that then we don't feel comfortable to outgrow, when really the whole name of the game here is evolution, expansion, right? If we aren't outgrowing our old selves, what are we really doing? It reminds me of my workout this morning. And my trainer was speaking on growing, changing isn't saying that we dislike or hate our old self, right? It's just saying that we love ourselves enough to become our best self. But yes, don't take anything personally. And that reminds me, because everyone is going through their own shit, right? And words, even if they try and relate to you what they are experiencing, words is such a small portion of what's actually going on. But imagine also on projection, right? Like I heard this from a gal that I just recently started following on Instagram, and so I don't even know her name to give her credit. If I come across the video again, I will drop it below. But she speaks a lot on religious trauma, and if you can relate there, on just being brought up to believe in a vengeful God who doesn't forgive, who is vindictive, right? And that takes some time, some years to heal. We have to go within to understand, to realize that we come forth from a benevolent creator. We are simply just extensions of our creator, here for the experience of it. So what would be the point to punish us, right? Like, if we get punished for choices we make, that totally negates the whole free will thing, right? Yes, you have free will, but only if you make these choices that I say. That's not free will. But yes, imagine if someone's projecting, right? Someone is treating you some type of way that makes you feel not good about yourself. Think of it as like them throwing a dirty diaper at you. This woman was using this as an analogy for her child when she was having some bullying or some stuff with children, right? But we all know that we are all just big children in adult bodies. But yes, if someone throws something at you, think of it as a dirty diaper, right? And you can either like let it hit your chest and fall to the ground, meaning bounce off of you, right? Not allow it to stick, absorb, just let it lay there and walk away, seeing it, knowing that it's the other person's shit. Or the other choice is to open up the diaper, look at it, you know, start digging, start smearing it all over yourself and making it mean something for you. So, and that just really stuck with me. I heard that days ago and I'm still reflecting on that. It was just, oftentimes it's the most simplest messages that stick with us. So yes, and also on the void here. Yeah, refine your attention in the void. I was laying down just resting my eyes yesterday and this message came through, which is usually how my messages come through. And it's like, ignore it and go to sleep and hope that you will remember it when you wake up, or just sit up and jot it into your notes on your phone quick, which is usually what I end up doing now. But the void, the pause, the stillness is not punishment, but preparation, right? We hear that often, but also the void is not emptiness, but it's allowing us to retrieve aspects of ourselves, call back fragments, get to know, familiarize ourselves with pieces of ourselves we didn't know that were hidden under layers, right? It's an opportunity for us to get to know ourselves under deeper and deeper layers. And also the golden shadow, I heard that term just a couple weeks ago, and I had heard it years ago, but it's been a minute. But yeah, you will find that the deeper you go, the more healing you do. Yes, we release the trauma, the density, the darkness, but also beneath all of that darkness is when you call back those soul fragments. Those are really just pieces of yourself you have forgotten about, but that's the golden shadow, meaning you turn those wounds to wisdom, and that is what you are here to heal in this lifetime, so you can share and help others who are experiencing similar situations. Do something different. This reminds me of a message I heard just yesterday. Yeah, growth, expansion, change. If you are unsure about a choice to make, a decision to make, what you should do about any situation, any scenario, ask yourself, you know, if you're looking for growth and expansion, and if you're following me, I assume you are, choose the choice, make the choice that is the opposite of what you would normally do, because that's how you switch it up, right? Switch up the energy. All external shifts begin with the internal shift. So you ignite the change and the universe will follow here. Yeah, strengthen your gifts. So yeah, can't make this up, friends. That golden shadow there. Yes, it's not just the wounds we are digging for, but the golden nuggets as well. So remind yourself of that. Let's tap in with the shadow work deck here on that. Yeah, preparations come to fruition. This is the reason we have been doing this work, right? Not to get lost in the sauce, to get stuck in the shadows forevermore, but to come back out with the wisdom we obtained here. I'm just checking my notes here. I think I've covered everything. So yes, the golden shadow, strengthening our gifts. What else can we know here, Spirit? What else can I tell the beautiful collective watching? Yeah, treasures hidden in the shadows. Golden shadow, Spirit's like, yeah, said what I said. How can you take what you have learned about yourself and use that? Maybe there was things in your childhood you used to enjoy. You know, you used to create before we were taught that if it's not productive, it's not worthwhile. Productive meaning gaining some traction in the material realm here. Yeah, the right use of power here is using our gifts to benefit the whole, right? This age of Aquarius here is from me to we. It's interesting, right? Because for these next 20 years, yes, individualization, but individualize yourself in order to come back to the whole, with something to provide and promote for the all, right here. So take a bold step forward here, knowing that you are supported. But yeah, this book it's just interesting because if I spoke on that religious trauma, right? Like, I believe in God, creator, source, universe, life, energy, universe, God, source, creator, Allah, whatever term you use, right? It's many terms, one meaning, but this book was actually wrote by a minister, a clergyman, and he speaks on just faith, right? The power of our mind. I'm reading Quantum Healing and still finishing up the Conversations with God, book 3, and just all 3 of the books, how they have the same message about the power of our mind, and anything is possible for us if we believe it is, right? And even if you're experiencing a situation that feels completely impossible for you right now, you feel like there's no solution, remind yourself there's no situation you can be in that someone else hasn't already experienced. Once you've lived enough life, healed enough of life, you realize you can start to see the patterns, and you see that we're experiencing a lot of the same, right? It might come with different places, different faces, but it's all about sovereignty, learning to come back home to ourself, being kind, compassionate, those divine attributes, right? Yeah, 3rd chakra here, our solar plexus here, that confidence to use your power, this right use of power here, to use your power for good. Versus, and when I say for good, I'm not, the opposite of that isn't for evil. If you don't use your gifts for good, you will self-destruct. You will, idle hands are the work of the devil. Again, these are just quotes, right? They're the devil, a man-made concept. Much of the books that have been written previously come from, there's truth in all of it, but again, on that perception, right? Some human wrote it and they were perceiving it from the lens of their experience, from their humanness, from their own beliefs. Angel of balance here, that's you, bringing the balance, the union of the inner masculine and inner feminine energies here, and appreciation for everything we have been through, like understanding, aha moment, like what I went through wasn't punishment, right? Preparation. Let's tap in with our unicorn friends here. Maybe we'll see what we're working on balancing. Let's check in with the balance deck. Yeah, soul satisfaction. Honor your uniqueness. Do what makes you feel good, knowing that as you honor yourself, you give others, again, that unspoken permission slip, right? This is all an energy game. You shine. You shining doesn't dim another's light. You shining makes another feel safe to shine theirs. And again, if we don't shine our light, it's either expression or depression, right? I just read this earlier this morning too, about fear, right? Choosing faith over fear. Fear is actually just a couple scales up from death on the vibrational scale. So yeah, don't allow your mind to keep you trapped in cycles you know that don't serve you. Stand in your power. Yeah. Be passionate about your vision and bring about positive change, knowing that if you can, let's see, faith, power works wonders. This has been coming through in that book for me. I'll probably finish that this weekend, actually. What am I looking for here? Yeah, divine potential here, bottom of the deck. Stepping into your potential, feeling safe to do so. Maybe you felt weird in the past. Well, this is your time to shine. Guess we're tapping in with our Work Your Light deck. Yeah. Follow what lights you up. Have you answered your deepest calling here? Warrior woman and devotion, inner temple. Tune into the portal of your heart. I love that. Yes, because all the answers are within, right? Someone else can spark a remembrance within you. That's what I'm always hoping to do with these messages, right? And not only that, but I create, because the opposite of that for me is depression as well. Yeah, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. If you've been feeling all the highs and the lows, both this week from one moment to the next, maybe stuff has been coming up for you. You thought you already healed and worked through. No, you're not alone. That was me too. Deeper layers, right? More wisdom, more clearing, a purification process, because truly our crystalline light bodies are activating, right? And the more light we hold, the more capacity we have to hold light, the more we are able to see the shadows. But eventually you get to the point where you can hold both perspectives at once, right? You can see your humanness grieving, going through a thing, but at a soul level, from the observer standpoint, you can witness it and know that it's for your benefit. That doesn't mean you don't allow yourself to grieve and feel the things, right? Because again, we make space. Yeah, resistance versus compliance. So this is this balance, right? We don't resist the things we are feeling, and we also don't comply with the outside just to comply, right? That inner authority. But we don't deny or negate what we are feeling either. Discovery. Yeah, we get curious. We discover what's within the shadows so we can, oblivion here, so we can obliterate those, I'm hearing. Okay. Let's, I want to get one chopper card for us here to see if you want to be a little eager beaver and want to continue this, do some more work for yourself, and you would like to do a guided meditation. Again, I always use YouTube. Amazing for 10-minute guided meditation, so feel free to pull one up there. Yeah, responsibility, again with the solar plexus, so I love that. Solar plexus is where it's at today. Our confidence, right? Responsibility, self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. Know that you are safe to follow your fulfillment. In fact, that's exactly what you're being called to do. Go ahead and get yourself in a quiet space. Do that solar plexus meditation and see what comes through for you as far as next best steps to take. Yeah, my heart is open to receiving love here. Beautiful. And this inner union equals outer union. Unions, romantic relationships, maybe solidification or a deepening of a current romantic relationship. Also, Venus retrograde here for the next month or two. So many relationship reviews. So again, you will be drawn, magnetized to your soul tribe, and anything that is not aligned, that is not meant to go with you, that was established, created from a place of wounding, right? It was maybe a choice you made from a wounded, your unhealed state. Along this journey, we do end up outgrowing people. It's just a fact of it, but they may meet you at a later date on a higher timeline, or they may not, but you will draw in who and what is meant for you. You're never alone, right? And we always have guidance in the unseen. We always have help in the unseen. Call on your guides, your angels, and your ancestors, and know that if you are in a moment of isolation or you are spending time alone, no, again, like that is a gift, right? God wants to get real intimate with you so you can understand, integrate this purification phase, right? So you can move forward from a place of understanding, fulfillment, and so we aren't clinging to things in the external that do not serve us. So with that, I'm sending so much love, wishing you a beautiful weekend. Would love to hear how you're feeling in this energy, if something resonated for you. If there's something you would like to see more of, if there's something you would like me to speak more on, deeper on, I'm open to suggestions, comments. Until next time. And as always, I'm going to go record a message here for our private soul tribe. So if you're looking for longer message, some further guidance, hope to see you there. Until next time, I'm sending so much love.